exhibition about Native American stereotypes at the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Indian has seen an uptick of visitors in recent years. Curator Paul Chaat Smith, a Comanche, attributes the rise in part to efforts to ban Native-themed sports mascots.
The tide really shifted decisively in 2020 when a number of major professional sports teams changed their names. Cleveland Indians, the team here, Washington changed their name to Commanders.
The advocacy group called the National Congress of American Indians, or NCAI, lists almost 2,000 public and private schools that still use Native-themed mascots.
When you say this is disparaging to us, you don't do that with any other ethnic group in the country. People can hear that, but in their own practice of this, they're not doing anything offensive, much less racist. So the discussion is complicated.
According to NCAI, more than 21 states have taken or considered actions to bar them from schools. In November, the New York State Department of Education said it wants the mascots, logos, and team names gone by the end of the school year. Officials cited research documenting negative psychological effects on students.
It prohibits Indigenous students from developing that cultural identity that is so important to them developing healthy self-esteem, and it impacts, long-term outcomes such as, graduation, entering the workforce.
New York schools were first urged to voluntarily retire their mascots more than 20 years ago. School districts now risk losing state money, but some aren't ready to fully comply. The Cambridge Central School District told VOA it has covered its Native-themed logo and nickname wherever possible, but will continue its legal battle against the decision. Also in New York, the Mohonasen district's logo depicts 3 Native American nations. Its sports teams are the Warriors. The school board wants more details from state authorities and public discussion before decisions can be made.
There would be significant costs and significant time invested into making those changes. We don't have a ton of money as a school district.
Some U.S. schools could end up keeping their native mascots for another reason, because tribes approve. The Saginaw Chippewa Indian tribe, for example, has endorsed Central Michigan University's use of its name only.
As far as educational opportunity, I think talking about the historical nature, the history behind the tribes, the influence that the Native American culture has had in that area, those are all part of that larger discussion when you talk about using that nickname.
But the trend is the other way. Suzanne Schoen Harjo is a Native American rights activist who says banning Native mascots is long overdue. She doesn't consider their use a, quote, victimless crime.
Rather than the mascot or the name or the image or the symbology being the manifestation of the root problem, and the root problem is racial superiority, one group over another.
There is not a national ban on Native American-themed mascots. However, U.S. Interior Secretary Deb Haaland, the first Native American to oversee federal lands, has ordered steps to remove derogatory names. Already, one sexist slur, offensive to Indigenous women, has been replaced in nearly 650 geographic features nationwide. Holland is a member of the Pueblo of Laguna tribe in New Mexico. Veronica Valderas Iglesias for VOA News, Washington.